that person doesn't have a domestic dispute that causes them to be stressed out, then maybe they won't go and try to kill their spouse, and the police don't have to come. If that person doesn't have
reduce that mental, that's the mental fitness that you can.
Mental or
Sure,
spiritual
sure.
fitness.
Spiritual fitness.
if a person doesn't have high cholesterol, maybe they won't stroke out and crash their car,
Right.
or diabetic coma or whatever, and crash their
Gotcha.
car, so we don't have to respond.
Right.
Right.
Preventive maintenance.
The
Exactly.
prevention side.
Exactly.
Spiritual mental comes into other than prevention.
Exactly.
That's the mission. Okay.
So our
Mental.
initial goals are to increase membership and provide services.
Increase what?
Let's go.
Membership by providing
Goal.
services.
Goal, okay.
Thus far, we've participated in the American Lung Society Fight for Air. That's a stair climb.
What's the requirement for membership?
Right now, it's just
First responder.
being a first responder. Well, actually, you don't even have to be a first responder.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to get to.
Well,
I said,
it's
that's
right now. It's a $100 annual
Right.
donation.
Because I'm thinking some people like this stuff principally, but it like, so I know some people that certified is a turn off for them. So you can say certified anything, and now they don't want to do it.
But they might have the knowledge
They
and
got a
still
knowledge,
have
the
the
skill,
interest
the know-how,
and
everything.
the ability to give you the resources.
Right now, but if you talking about it's required. for
So
you to be
annual
certified.
an annual donation of $100.
$100. That's what everybody on the board is put up $100. We've got 9 people members. They're on board members.
But I mean,
Another one of our holes that we have: marketing, advertising, event planning, project manager. We have a treasurer, but we need a new treasurer. We have a secretary, but we need a new secretary.
Goals, that's all in membership. You know, once we increase membership, that's going to come.
yeah, all those come fill in. That's a reason. That's a reason.
That's the reason why they
He's
increase
giving us a
membership.
reason for the goals.
We participated in the Gold Cup boat races. They provided us with complimentary passes for first responders. We sponsored people going to the World Police and Fire Games.
You was able to be a sponsor for the World Games.
There was one other thing that we did that we participated in.
You did some sponsorship, and you did some partnerships. You did sponsorship and you did some partnerships.
Yeah, we're looking to do some other stuff down the road. I'm working on like the lifeguard component, because nationally lifeguards kind of aren't regarded as first responders, but in actuality they are, because
That's what he said. He was trained like CPR when he was doing
yeah, because if someone's drowning, that's an emergency.
You know you're the first responder.
If someone has a heart attack, that's CPR.
you're going
it's
to be
gonna
the
happen.
first responder.
So
and so he said that's why he said whether you actually certified or not, some people might be just interested. You know, any lifeguard or whatever would be interested in.
Well, I just want to clarify. Like I mean, what I mean is it's people that desire to become something. So if I say I desire to become this, and then you say I gotta already have something, I'm
Right,
like,
it's like,
okay,
oh, man.
Like fireballs
I'm like,
and
I'm
stuff
straight
like
on
that.
you there,
It's
but
like
you say
fireballs.
you're going to
or people
accept
going to get this
as I
their
am,
service.
and then you're going to lay out the
Most
steps.
of them that's going to get their service is fireballs.
You know,
Technically, you know what I'm
to
saying?
me, it's a pill. If you set it up that way, you accepting me as I am, and then you laying out how I can become all of these areas. What you talking about? To me, I'm ready now. I'm like,
That's how I view fireballs. It's just people that's interested in our fire service.
Well, that
Some
goes
of them to a bigger degree than others, but
Right.
they got that genuine interest in what we do.
That's a good transition to. We desire to have a youth program. You're familiar with the Phoenix, right? Professional firefighters. Okay.
Great details about that.
Right. It sounds
In
kind
the
of like
past-
what we did.
In the
Youth
past,
unit
they've
program.
done cadet programs
Yeah.
that have been successful.
Yes.
The academy, fire academy, also have done it, but their grants either have expired or will be expiring.
Yes. You have to do them every year. You just have to redo the grants.
By
Phoenix
us
just never redid it.
applying for them or being a nonprofit that can't apply for it, we now have. We don't know how to do a cadet program, but
Yes, we do.
First Responders for Fitness has never done one.
I mean, I
You
know
may
I
have
have.
members with experience.
I know that, yeah, members
I'll
like
say
me
that.
that actually was involved in running that program when the Phoenix was doing it, I know exactly what they did, how they wrote the grant, how they was able to get, and how they was able to keep it all running. And I work with the junior fire cadets, you know,
Right.
with the training academy. So it's members,
On
the
the team.
firefighters that done did that stuff. So yeah, we do.
So I guess what I'm saying is, based on our limited resources, we recognize that a program like that is needed and successful. However, with our current resources, we're limited to do that.
Right now.
However, if we're granted the money, we can contract out those entities that have successfully done it already and allow them to continue or enhance the
And
program.
what they did, what the
do
Phoenix actually
support
did, yeah, he
partnerships.
realized that. And what the Phoenix actually did, once they wrote the grant, they got the people right from within the fire department to do it. You know what I mean? That's what they did. They did contract us. We did get paid, but it was Teresa, it was Fred, it was me. We was the ones they contracted. So you know, that's exactly what you. Yeah.
Same place.
You would be one of
So,
them.
so we want to continue that legacy that the Phoenix and the Fire Academy have done
Right.
and establish rapport and relationships,
Right.
because we all know about the whole, especially during economic crisis, the whole barter system. I provide you with something
Right.
that you need that you can't afford to pay for. I need something that you have that I can't afford to pay for. Let's just
We
do a
give each
swap.
Right.
other. Exactly.
So a youth program or cadet program, and then a mentorship program. A lot of the retirees that retire specifically from this job, this was so much of a part of their life because this is the only job they had when they were 18. That's all they've done, being around in this area, environment. If they're not, they kind of lose their will to carry on.
Right. They don't
So-
have encouragement. Yeah.
But if they have the ability to come in and be involved and
With
mentor
positive
these
people.
youth,
Right.
it's kind of like the whole concept of, and we've talked about this
Each
before,
one reach one, and take a village to raise a child.
the children should be raised by the grandparents, one, to supply the grandparents with love, respect, adornment, and desire, and two, to pass on that wisdom, knowledge, and experience. So these kids, yeah, I can teach my kids, but I can only teach them from my age and experience level. My parents can teach them me plus some, because they
The more
enforced
you
it me.
go up, the more you got.
So it's win-win-win.
Yeah.
So something like that. Eastern Michigan University came to us. Well, we came to them, and they said that they would be willing to open up their entire facilities, all their sporting venues, for free, zero charge. If we want to do a baseball tournament, if we want to do a basketball clinic, if we want to utilize their sports medicine, we would have full range as long as their facilities are not pre-booked somewhere else.
Right.
They
Yeah,
would
partnership
volunteer
with-
their student athletes
During
during
their
the,
schedule.
yeah,
All right.
they would provide their student athletes on their off athletic
Off-season,
season,
right.
And complementing their schedule.
Right,
right?
of course.
Uh-huh.
And their sports medicine, if available.
Right.
They would also handle the marketing.
Man, you talking about, man.
I could
Oh.
not find one person to lead that project.
Oh,
I couldn't do it because one, my skill sets were limited. I don't really have. I've got some swim coaching, but I'm not. I needed someone that.
His brain is limited. That's what it is. Like, come on.
You need somebody that was more
And
expensive.
and
He just needed somebody else with a different brain.
yeah, but in addition to
Because
that,
Roger gonna dictate everything. He gotta have
Yeah.
it perfect. His
Yeah.
brain is just wired like that.
and in addition to that, I couldn't be in three places at
Yeah,
one
he doing too
time.
much.
I would do a
Practically, no,
disservice
practically he
and
doing.
possibly lose the rapport with the relationship as opposed to someone that had
His
more
brain
time.
is wired like that. So he's not gonna let that detail
No
go
way
by
I'm
like that.
set myself up to
For failure.
failure, right.
Exactly.
I'm just not gonna do
So
it.
I
Responsible.
went high and low,
Looking for somebody else. That could
and
do
I
it.
didn't want to get just anybody that I didn't feel that was either
able to
competent or
handle it.
reliable.
Right.
And
That's the part, what I'm learning, I have that tendency too. That's the part we gotta let go. Cause that means it's like 10 people that you don't even see.
I told you it's his brain. That's what
And
I.
it's
That's
just
what I was
that
talking about in a
It's
nutshell.
just
Is
that
just
habit.
somebody with a
It's
different
just that
brain.
habit.
Because I know he'll just go over every detail like that and just keep getting hold up and keep getting hold up and keep getting hold up.
Alright. And so now our team, see our style is to, see I saw them, I put people beyond their perceived limitations. It's just my habit. I'm like, this is what I do. I went into coaching and consulting because I said I could get somebody to agree in advance for me to do this.
Right, it's gonna be easier.
So when we go through this bucking period, it's all for growth. Because I can just help them remember, look, this is
what you asked for. This is how we're gonna make our current situation different. We just keep on
They're gonna want
reflecting back.
the main thing is gonna be, why are you doing?
You want to get that feeling of
this?
satisfaction.
So I have to be able to
it.
tell you, all right, look, this is what was part of the plan. We agreed to get you past that point. And it helps me be able to give them exactly what they told me they need. Some encouragement and some support.
But we still have a connection in Eastern Michigan that we can go to.
So that's perfect.
Oh, we
I mean,
never
it was
lost.
at
We
least,
still got.
right, it's possible. We did meet with them. They were interested.
The what was his title? He was the athletic department marketing director.
And they open to that though. Like I said, you got a winning, you got a whole.
He found a new job with Google.
Okay.
And
So
left
somebody
them.
else, you still could go ask them, and they might be
He
able to
passed our situation on to the vice president of the school's marketing.
Right, a better.
Haven't heard from him yet.
That's all right.
Cold.
We could
It's
go
just
back
like-
to
that's
the
how the
new
cold
athletic
is.
department of marketing and still be able to connect
I would reach out to the VP.
the VP of the schools marketing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because maybe
But that's who we gave
there's
it to
more
already.
that we can sell just beyond athletics.
Okay.
There's their psychology department.
Just
I'm sure they
marketing.
have all different types of. Right now, the big buzzword is risk management. So many grants are available to medical facilities that are looking to do studies and have monies, but they need first responders.
When's your birthday?
October 20th. They need first responders to come in, and they can't be just anybody. They have to be first responders because they have to analyze them. Detroit Receiving Hospital talked with Blessman. He said, look, once you reach a membership of 300, then I'll know that you're serious, and I can point you to the people. He said, right now, we can scratch each other's back because you need DRC, or DMC, well, Vanguard now, and we need people to fulfill this grant that we just got.
Perfect. All right, let's just do it the easy way. I'm gonna accelerate you a little bit because you already this is all easy. Now the easier I got it, I learned this from you fighters. That's how fast I pick up on stuff. You see what I mean? If I'm like, if I ask you, you gonna have to charge me. If I ask you, I'll observe you and do it for free. You know, just because when you do, I have to myself. I want someone for fair. It's in my heart. If you ask me something, I want to give it to you.
Right.
So you go into the 24-hour cycle. What you do, and we could break them down too, but I'm just saying we just go into 24-hour cycles. We're gonna run it the same way principally as we firefighters. That's it. When y'all get off, we run it. That's it. That way we gonna get some stuff done quicker. You already got it. You know what I mean? It's just in you. It's just radiating. All we need is the what? Time. Well, I already know we already got the people. We know that. They're already here. They ready. You already know building, they coming. So we decide to commit to the time. That's the only thing that we kind of lose it a bit.
The time to develop the scope.
To see that whole vision, the mission, and purpose, and link it with the funding. That's it. That's the only thing we're going to put in. We're going to link that people. Because everything else is really running.
Get the funding.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But once we all clear that the funding, which is equivalent to greater resources there, our attention, we like, all right, yes, we can do it. I mean, we're all receptive now. We're ready to do it.
Yeah, we got
And
funding.
then you still with no pressure. That's the only reason I said we do it. Still no pressure. Because now you're saying, hey, this guy here, he's committed 24 hours. I don't care whoever ain't gonna be committed to the 24 hours. We just setting the standard. See what I'm saying? And we making it a little better because we're creating a flex. You can be a first responder for fitness, just like he said, hey, you need 300 people. See what I'm saying? Hey, if you ready to be a first responder for fitness, we need 24 hours. See, because I got to get your commitment level focused.
Well, help me understand the time concept. 24 hours
to solve
The same
all the
way
problems.
we do 24 hours and get everything done that we do at home in 24 hours, it's that same concept that he saw
we're
what
just
we
picking
do.
the principle of
Okay,
it.
well, help me with my limitation.
All right.
Boom. All you're doing.
Because, help me with my limitation. I don't get all my stuff done in 24 hours. So how is everything going to be done in 24 hours?
Pow. That's it. Now, you by yourself, right? That's why you don't get everything done in 24 hours. With us and the other teammates,
With everybody committing
you're
24
going to get done
hours,
everything you need in 24 hours.
And I don't refute that. What I am questioning, though, to help me understand is, in my regular day, when I have other people on teams to projects that I have to get done, even then, I at times don't get stuff done, and I understand you're not saying this is what maybe you are not a 100% foolproof thing, and maybe those relationships I have are of those situations have holes in them that create these failures.
That's it.
Right.
We don't realize it. It's by habit, so I'm immune to it.
Right.
As soon as I touch you, like, you like, oh, okay. And that's all we doing. We just, because we just, it's right there. Matter of fact, what I do in India all the time, I would be looking for something, and it'd be right there in front of me. And she told me the exact locations. He said it.
It's in the cabinet. I don't see it.
That's it. It's right there.
Yeah, it's right there, and then I done got used to her what?
Compensating.
Compensating. So now, it's easier for me to say
You're
I don't see
content with
it.
saying it. You're content with saying I don't see it.
Yeah,
Right.
comfortable.
Right.
And so just out of that habitual comfortability, now we just getting out the comfort zone.
That's
But we're doing it respectfully, with integrity, the highest form of respect. Saying, hey, we committed, we're working together. That frees you up for any time you experience a relapse. And tell us something like, hey, I gotta go. We say, all right, great, we understand. And then
So how do we transition?
We transition. Now we just do it little by little. We commit. I'm learning through her. If you got other things going on, we'll just say we'll sleep on the same first responders piece that's equally responsible, equally important. So we got 4. So we're going to break it down in 4s. So we commit to 6-hour cycles for startup, till we actually can get it to where you at 24. You see what I'm saying? That way I'm saying, hey, are you willing to commit 24? You saying yes. But hey, I've experienced some days where I ran out of time. I'm saying that's fair.
That is see.
So that's how we started here on the 6th. This is something you can do. And we're going to do the 12, then we're going to do the 18, then we're going to do the 24. Now, you're going to always be doing 24 because we're already here. So even when you leave after the 6 hours, we still going to be running. See what I'm saying? You just moved out, and the only difference you'll do that's going to be a difference, and in addition, before you leave, you're going to just get somebody to replace you.
Delegate or pass the torch.
It's like we do. It's unit 1 and unit 2.
Right.
Give it to somebody else that's gonna cover it.
The only thing is, or one of the things, if the template is not the same across the board, for example, certain things are done here at this station.
You know it has the whole fire department.
So you're doing the big picture. You're going national, international.
Yeah.
So
You know
you covering
it's gotta be
you
run
know
a
those
certain way.
variables are there.
Right.
That's
We
why
know
you
we gonna
always
cover
train
all
us.
them variables.
Okay.
You
So
know
it's
you
going to
gotta
be
cover
a standard,
Yes.
and with checks and balances, quality control.
Yes. That's what we're gonna create.
Okay.
He's just a coach. He's willing to coach the first responders for fitness, to have us become a successful entity. It's kind of like what we do. It's like when you talk about Eastern Michigan and somebody that head the sporting department, he'd get so excited, he'd jump right over there on top of you right now. Like, yeah, that's what he do. He don't have to, like, nobody pay him for stuff like that. You want to get paid, but it don't have to be necessarily there. That's
I'm
how
not
we
going to pressure for it.
Right.
Well, I would want it to be a win-win situation.
That's exactly.
And I would want it to be some type of compensation, whether it's economic or situational or what do you call it, opportunity-wise.
Right.
Keep the 4 equal parts.
We're
that
gonna
you
have
share
we
with
both
us.
gonna
We
have
wanna
an
stay on
equal driving state. The same way I asked you them 3
Right,
qualifying
right,
questions.
right,
See,
right.
that has to be there for him too.
Yeah.
We know that's gonna have to be in order for us to
Right.
sustain it down
Right.
the long run. So,
So
we're
that's
on the
going to
same
be there
page.
because we're going to duplicate it. Be like, we got it there for you now.
Right.
I'm like, great. So you're going to get here for me. But when are we going to do it? I'm like, that go to 6-minute cycle. I mean, the 6
Hour
hours
cycle.
or the 24 hour. Yeah.
Schedule just
Get it.
make
That's
it
where you
schedule.
get it at. That way, see what I'm saying? Everybody can access it. When I'm going to get it? When you show up. When
Now,
you
what's
show up.
what's the motivational factor for those individual components, those individuals that would be on the team?
We determine, or we ask them to share with us what their
Driving
state
state.
is.
Everybody's gonna have a different.
That's our standard.
To make your current situation different, that's gonna be a
Right.
different answer from everybody.
Right. Now, those are the people that are currently involved. What about the new people?
We still gotta ask.
That's our policy.
That's it.
You know, that's just our policy.
Okay. Right. It's a prerequisite.
That's for everybody. We qualify you. That's our qualifier.
Well, and those that are in your organization already have
qualify.
qualified because they're in your
That's what
organization.
we do.
All right. But what about their motivation for this specific project. They can be in a ready
For
state
their own.
for something,
With their
but
own.
for something that doesn't interest them or something
We
they
go, we
don't.
link it. That's the piece. We
To
link
those that have
We
The
that.
mission and
start-
vision and purpose,
it. Yeah,
we have
start
to link
right where
it.
they are. This is, I have it. It's
For
mine.
my
I
mission
say,
and
all
vision
right.
and
I
purpose.
said, now when you link it with me,
Mhm.
that way, yeah, I still got mine.
Right.
And I'm on now. You know what I'm saying?
Because we just share it. We share our mission and vision and purpose with each other. And now it takes you to go the extra mile to come up with a creative way to commingle our missions and
Right.
visions. So it's a win-win. Everybody is held responsible
To those
for
4
going that
years.
extra mile.
That's how we go to home.
Well, my next segue is I recall speaking last year during tennis when we were out on the tennis courts.
Mhm.
We came to understand that the principles and methodologies that you guys use are further advanced than where I'm at and other individuals that I was recruiting, and that would be a potential issue that
The driving state won't be present.
that
We've worked on it since we got with you.
okay.
Because you was able to highlight that. That's how we work the perfect process. Once you present an issue, we change it.
Problem resolution.
That's why we do this recording.
Right.
We go
So-
back and look at it.
So, what has changed to reduce that issue?
The qualifying questions.
Up front.
Up
Before
front.
we just like you say, I'm gone, I'm excited, be like, hey, I love it, I'm ready to do it, I'll do it for free. You're like, no way, hold them on.
Once we qualify you, we know where to place you.
Yeah, that's how we know.
Everybody's
how to
gonna get placed in a different
And
area
whatever-
according to
right,
what they
right,
answer
right,
is
right,
and how
right,
they
right,
qualify.
okay.
Yeah, that's how we
All right, so
know how to get that bottom.
based on those individuals that are already involved after they've been
They
assessed,
got the driving state.
After
Yeah,
they've
we
been
know they
assessed.
ready. Yeah.
What happens if some individuals don't meet the requirement?
Ha ha ha. That's the that's basically the person said, and this is my he said they don't meet
I'm
the
willing, but I'm
requirement.
not able.
Right, I'm willing, right.
I got the
I'm
driving
ready and I'm
state.
willing,
Right.
but I'm unable.
I'm
Okay.
able. Right.
Then we help them. Our system is designed to help them. Because anybody who's unable, that's equivalent to your alert. That is a 911.
Right.
It's a fire.
Bell just went off.
Yeah, the bell just
Now, what happens if they dismiss or refuse to accept the
That
methodology?
driving not state.
Look, I got a
Yeah.
fire. Come help me.
Right.
And then you telling me, okay, I need you to come off the porch.
Just think about how many people, when we show up to the scene, how many people say, "Don't come here." You know what I mean? I got a fire,
Well,
but I don't want you to
I know
come
how
here.
many people are on the second floor, and you say, "Okay, jump, I'll catch you." No.
Right.
Exactly.
So
Right, and
what
I need you to
happens?
jump in
Right.
order for
No,
to save you. I got
I'm
you.
not
What you
doing.
do? Shoot the ladder up?
Right. We know we're gonna
Come
save
get
them,
it.
right? Same with somebody
But-
in a pool that's a lifeguard.
Right. That's a prime example.
Same.
There we go. Let's go there. No, you got to be effective.
You
here.
gotta be cooperative in
I got
order
to
for me
grab
to
you
save
and
you.
lock you.
They say you can knock a person out
Yeah, or I'm not.
in order to
locked
save
up.
them if they on his
There's no
fight
way I'm
you.
about to drown with
It's
you.
the only way I can save
Right.
you.
So, I guess I'll just build a scenario.
Right.
Let's say
That's
Joe,
what
who's
he
on
do.
the board, provides all kind of major components and assistance to the program, and he's a vital component to getting X amount of projects done. Induce you guys in the philosophies and methodologies